Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I'm here with another USB Type-C dock, and this one is from Cabletime. Before we continue, full disclosure that Cabletime did send this to me for the production of the video. However, I'm not being financially compensated for the production of this review, and my opinions, as always, will remain my own. So one of the things that makes this particular 10-in-1 unique is not the display resolutions, which are impressive, but it's the inclusion of this screen right here, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and unbox the dock, which is pretty straightforward. Just a little sticker on the back to snip with our knife here. Inside one is a warranty card, and then of course the other is quick orientation of all of the different ports that are available on it. And we'll go through those as well. And we have a carrying case that we'll pull out here, and then a very robust braided cable. That's quite nice, actually. Good first impression. There is the device. Now you'll also notice that this has a hole in the top, and that is designed to put this in here as some sort of keeper. And this might seem silly, but I've carried enough docks in my bag that I am willing to give this a shot in terms of just trying to keep things nice and neat. The other thing too is that if you have this in such a deep bag, which is a little excessive, or if you're just carrying it without, the idea of being able to pull on this in the middle rather than pulling on it here might be advantageous to the longevity of the dock. Let's go ahead and do a quick tour of our ports on this. So right here we do have a power delivery of 100 watts. Of course you will need a charger that supports that for it to pass through. We do have HDMI and DisplayPort, and they are marked 8K. Now it can do one of these at 8K at 30 Hertz, or two of them, or both of them at the same time at 4K at 60 Hertz. And I don't have displays that nice yet in my life, so I can't confirm or deny how well those will work. We do have a USB-A right here, which is 3.2. On the bottom we have gigabit Ethernet, and then on this side we've got two card readers, micro and standard SD. We do have a USB Type-C port here, and that is a 3.2. And then we have two USB 2.0 ports just for your basic accessories. So to test this out, I have this ThinkPad workstation over here. It's a P15 Gen 1, or a P15S Gen 1. So let's go ahead and set this whole thing up and see how this performs. All right, let's plug in the Cabletime here, and we'll use the Thunderbolt port. And it says hi on the hub there. I do have to say that is very, very dim. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. I would say that in my studio light that is not legible. Now it is neat that the tap feature works, so there is a feature on this to hide your display output. So let's go ahead and give that a try. Alright, so we've got the screen being duplicated here. And if we look on the device here, if we tap the hub area, eventually we do get the screen disappearing here, and then it does cut off the HDMI output like you'd expect it to. It is not perfect though, and it would be nice if this was either a physical button or the area was just a little bit more reliable. Let's try plugging in a couple more things to see what shows up here on this pictogram. Although, again, the pictogram is so poorly lit that I would say only in dark conditions would it actually be visible. All right, let's try and plug a few more things in. I do have a 100 watt power supply here, and that seems to be working out okay. Now, the word hi here changed to the number 2. We're going to plug in a USB drive here. And it changes to 3. Okay, so this is just counting the number of devices that are connected, just on the off chance that you couldn't count yourself, which I don't really know how helpful that is. And again, maybe if I turn the lights off in the studio, you can kind of see just how dimly lit that screen is. Yeah, there we go. That shows up much better. Any direct light, though, and this thing immediately gets washed out. So if I just turn on one studio light, it practically disappears. So that is something that if they're looking for feedback on what to improve, in my opinion, they need to make this display brighter, or they need to add a bit more functionality to it. The real question is, do you need a dock that has this screen and a capacitive touch button? And for those of you that know the channel, you know that I do like a good capacitive touch button, especially when we're dealing with audio equipment because you have the annoying click. However, in this instance, tactile is okay because I want to know without a shadow of a doubt that the command that I've inputted is actually working the way that it's intended to. So overall, I think that this is actually a pretty well-built dock. It has some good specifications. I'm not fully sold on the whole screen thing, and I'm not sold on the touch capacitive button for cutting the screen, because that's something that you just want to work, but you want it to work reliably, and this isn't quite the reliability that I'm hoping for a keynote feature of such a device. But can't flaw that this is very well built. It's got good ports and everything else. So if that's good enough, then yeah, this is a good buy. But if you're relying on that screen and that touch button feature, then I think that Cabletime's got a little bit more work to do, and then they've got themselves a pretty neat and unique product. Anyway, I want to thank Cabletime for sending this product to me for testing. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I'll leave some links over here on stuff you can click on, and I will see you next time.